Hi and welcome to the All Things ITSM Global Podcast. We're coming to you from ITSM 15 in London. I'm Kirsty McGowan and I'm here with Andy White.
Good to be here.
Simone Moore.
Hi.
And we have the pleasure of speaking with Damian Bowen from NTT DATA. Hi Damian.
Thank you very much for the invite.
Yeah, nice to have you here.
So Damian, you're involved in sort of managing internal and external services. What are the challenges with making sure customer service is delivered in an excellent way?
How long have we got? That's a great question. Making everybody happy is the biggest challenge, and also getting to the bottom of want versus need. I think is really important. A lot of organisations, a lot of customers want a lot of things, but trying to get to the bottom of what they need to make their business better, to make their user experience better, what they do. So it's trying to filter is quite a challenge. Some organisations are very process focused, some are very agile. Again, and building a team, building a team that has to adapt to that on every phone call is quite a challenge. But it's very fulfilling, very fulfilling.
So
Go
how do you balance that need to provide that customer satisfaction with, you know, customers who've come in and at home everything is instant for them. They've got apps, they've got an app for anything they want to do. When they come to work, things are a little bit different. So how do you balance those expectations?
Yeah, I think it's very difficult, but we're trying to actually move with the user. So some of the apps that they do need and they use at home, we're actually looking at and going, actually that's quite good
nice,
for the business. It's a little bit cheaper. It helps you with your cost profile. Does give you a few issues with supportability and things like that. So it's trying to, again, I think it comes back down to what I said last time, the need and the want. If they need it because they use it at home every day, then we'll try and provide it where we can. But it is a challenge. It is a challenge. Network connectivity is a great one. You know, people's personal broadband, 100 meg, and then you got a shared 100 meg circuit for a global organisation. But it's to then sell the benefits of what putting it together as a community gives, which is really important.
Yep.
So how have you then been focusing the skill sets that you need for the support people to do that? I mean, there's only so much you can know.
Yeah.
So how are you managing that need for them to do that?
It's quite interesting because especially when the apps, as you mentioned earlier, the ones that come from home, a lot of the users can support them themselves. They just get the benefit of using them on a day-to-day basis. Where there's a challenge getting it into our infrastructure, like then connecting it to the network is quite difficult. But it's building that catalogue and trying to get people. So what we do with the team is we give them technical ownerships. So someone will own apps and someone will own infrastructure, someone will own user support, and it's giving the team a little bit of freedom, a little bit of empowerment, seeing how can you make this a little bit better for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess knowledge must be a key driver for you to try and automate things. And what sort of things are you doing in knowledge management? Well,
knowledge is one of the things that we're just trying to grow. It's our focus project for 2016, which is quite interesting. So we've got a global tool offering that we're in, and now we're really focusing on knowledge, because that's the thing now. I mean, it's I think someone said earlier, it's just type a question into Google, get an answer. And as a support organisation that's charging for services, you've got to keep up with that speed. So knowledge is really important to us, and we're going to build our knowledge base. But the one thing we really want is an open knowledge base, so our customers can see all of it. So the articles that we can see, the customers see, no paid for view, all trust, all open.
So no writing in there, the customer is an idiot.
No, not at all. I mean, when we put our service management tool in, we made a conscious decision 2 years ago. There was no private update. Everything's open.
That's great. So it's a really good initiative.
So that's really building a community of knowledge too. Are you going to, I mean, the customer will also input to that knowledge base as well and make it more a community? Yeah,
absolutely. One of the things we do when we, stepping back from knowledge for just a second, when we rolled out our portal, our customers helped us design it and what they wanted to see in it, and they were happy to be a proof of concept user. They were happy to have a go with it. So what we'll do is we'll absolutely open our knowledge base up to the customers and get their involvement if they find something, because we can work in a tier 3 organisation, so we provide third line support, but they can provide first and second line themselves. So we help upskill them, and then we'll actually use some of their knowledge articles as well.
Excellent.
So that integration with the client is where we want to be in the 21st century.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be there, because I mean that's the way people are used to working. They are used to being able to get get support, and they used to be able to get support from a community of users as well,
Absolutely.
from experts and from other users who are experiencing the same issues as you.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an issue coming over when I was trying to connect at an airport hotspot, and I couldn't. So it was Google on my phone because I couldn't connect from my laptop, but I got my answer and within a couple of minutes. So I didn't have to ring a provider to find out what was going on.
And that's the way of the world now, isn't it? It's exactly the same thing happened to me. I got a broadband upgrade, 150 meg at home, brilliant.
Yeah.
My Kindle wouldn't connect, so I couldn't download anything on my Kindle. Go on to the website, search through the forums, change this filter to this, and it all started working. And that's what we've got to do.
Yeah. We have to. It has to. Our knowledge sharing has to be able to function the same way.
Yeah, what we want to do as NTT DATA through especially 2016 and moving forward is that collaborative community and work so everyone can share information. And you know, at the end of the day, the result for us, we get less issues coming through the service desk.
Self-policing,
absolutely.
So do you see your role as being, I guess, the platform to deliver the connectivity, and then the community takes care of a lot of the Q&As and the self-policing?
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. I don't think we're quite there yet, but it's something that we certainly want to move towards. But I think the key to us is where do we add value? And that adding value isn't necessarily just our technical knowledge, it's how we can link person A to person C with us being B in the middle. And if we can provide that link, we've started doing a few sessions where we've invited our customers and go, what do you think, guys? And then not the good ones, just literally open invite. And I think that transparency, especially in a managed service organisation, is really key.
It certainly has changed the model, hasn't it? Of the whole customer-vendor relationship.
It's one of the things. I mean, going back 5 years, I remember going on a finance course. Cash is king. Cash is king. It's not anymore. Customer and knowledge is king. That's what it's all about.
That's
now.
The new currency, isn't it?
Without your customers, you know, and without knowledge, you've got no route to the cash. So it's just looking at how we do that and how we do it in the right way where everyone gets value.
You know, there's correlations with the server industry that realised that what they were building was commoditising, so they built value-added applications within the server, and that's gone extremely well for the likes of Dell and many more. Is it a similar theme in your world where you realise you've got to add value-added services on top of your core offering to the customer, and that makes your offering more attractive? Yeah,
in MSP, you've got to look at what differentiates you, and I think one of the things that we want to differentiate ourselves is that the openness and the transparency going back. So the value add is quite an interesting one, and our value add is our experience within our community. And we've had numerous issues where we've spoken to one customer about a business challenge they've got. Hang on, let me put you in touch with these, and then we've arranged a reference visit, and that customer's challenge have resolved it, have helped resolve our other customer's challenge, and then we've been the gatekeeper, and our clients see that as value add without question. So, and it's quite hard in the service industry. How do you innovate? How do you add value to fixing an incident problem?
So really, your product isn't, it's not really technical. Your product is actually knowledge and the enablement, the connectivity, connecting people to content and people to people.
Yeah, it's without question a service rather than a technology.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely finding, we have many MSP clients, and we're finding that, to your point, that company A will want to take some of the work or experience that they've built and deliver it to company B, C and D. So this community is one that I think we're going to see an awful lot more of.
I think, I mean, it has to work that way. Otherwise you're reinventing the wheel every time you go into a new organisation, and there's so much shared knowledge that is valuable. I mean, why start at ground zero when you can start on the 4th or 5th floor?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see too much, and it's still today siloed organisations. And everyone can look. How much more could we do if everyone spoke and everyone goes, we're not very good at that, but we're going to really try, and now we're brilliant at it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the new generation coming to the workforce now, their first port of call is never the service desk.
Absolutely.
Their first port of call is the person that's sitting next to them, or Google, or something else.
Bob is the help desk.
Bob,
And that's important. You got to think. Okay, so how do you demonstrate a service desk? How do you demonstrate a service management offering when you have got that? And it's just to make sure that you give the right information. Because the other issue with Google is there are a lot of things that's worked well in their environment.
Yes.
So doing that change.
Exactly right. Yeah. So it's how do you give them their own almost personal Google that's your information about your environment.
Yeah, and that's a great question, Kirsty, and that's actually what we want to do. 2016, 2017, a personal Google isn't that great? So when they can search against knowledge articles that match their environment specifically, and they can challenge Danny, and we almost go, customer A, this knowledge article is the one you want.
Yeah, I must admit, I do sometimes when I go into Google myself and look at that, you get the number of results.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Or how many pages, and you think, I don't have time to look through all of that. Yeah. You just sort of go, especially if you can't scan it on the first couple of pages, you're not interested. So if you can build that relevancy.
Yes.
And that's what's really key. But also I think the other way, if you search for a knowledge article and you get one, you think, surely there must be more. But it's making sure these 3 are for you.
Yeah, they're the ones that you actually need to see.
Yeah. No, sounds good.
Actually, you're tailoring it so you're seeing the right information at the right time. I mean, I know Simone and I are both pretty hot on knowledge management, so it's really interesting to hear what you're trying to do.
Brilliant.
So
well, we can share some views in 2016.
Yeah, I'll look forward to it. I'll look forward to another discussion this time next year and see where you've got to.
Hopefully before then.
Yeah. Excellent. Thanks so much for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Anytime, really enjoyed it. Thanks for the invite. It's been fantastic.